Hello everybody, today's top 25 minutes of enlarging your vocabulary. So I want to remind you about the previous video about 3 tips that we talked about, how to learn new vocabulary. First one is to learn derivatives, so the same root but different part of speeches. For example, memory, memorize, and memorable can be a good example of it. And the second tip is learn synonyms and antonyms of the word. And the third one, to learn more words that are close to the topic. But today we will try to focus on derivatives. So I will just teach you how to learn and to find and think what part of speeches we need. For example, noun, verb, and adjective. Today we'll just take 3 part of speeches. And I'm going to take an interesting word. It's a verb, to ignore. Everybody knows what it means, so intentional, not to pay attention, not to listen to someone. And I'm going to give you another word, which is a noun, ignorance. But don't be confused. Always use English dictionary to check if it is the same meaning, if it's something that connects with this. I advise you to use English dictionary, just not to mislead or misunderstand the meaning of the word. So because ignorance is a lack of knowledge, and sometimes is not sometimes, I think usually most of the cases it is not good, it's a state of not knowing something. But in some situations, like in the Matrix, I think you've probably watched this movie, ignorance is bliss. It means that if you don't know something, you don't care about this, and you cannot be unhappy because something bad happens. So ignorance is bliss. Yeah, from Matrix. You can watch this movie again. It's a pretty good movie. And also an adjective, of course. I love adjectives, and because you can describe anything by using them. So from the word ignore, it will be ignorant. So if the person is ignorant, it means that the person doesn't know some information. So basically not knowledgeable. And it's not good. It's usually shameful not to know something, and sometimes we don't want to learn something new. So I will repeat. To ignore, it's a verb. Ignorance, it's a noun. An adjective, ignorant. Yes, so try not to be ignorant and learn more and more words. Yes, and we're going to take another word. Why not to take a verb? For example, neglect. We took this word last time. So neglect means that not pay attention a lot, or sometimes not to do something because you forget. Yes, and neglect can be, as a verb, and neglect also can be as a noun. So it's the same form of 2 different part of speeches. It's very cool. I think it's very useful. You can say, so he rather neglected his children in favor of his career. It is very sad, but it can sometimes happen. So basically, he didn't pay attention much to his children in favor of his career. So career was on the top of his list. Yeah, or church is in neglect. So basically, nobody cares and nobody tries to keep it in a good condition. Also, you can say somebody neglects his or her appearance. So, for example, she neglects her appearance. She doesn't care about the way she looks. So, neglect is a good word because it has the same form for the noun or verb. But in the meaning, sometimes you don't pay attention, which is not good sometimes. And the synonym of the word neglect will be disregard. So, also do not pay attention much. So disregard, so you don't pay attention, you don't care much, so you basically try and ignore it. So ignore, disregard, neglect can be, in the same family if you use this or that context. So disregard can be a noun and can be a verb. So it's also very cool because they have the same form and it's very useful. I'm going to give you more of such words, but I'm going to teach you just a way in a real life course to learn and how to find different parts of speech, I think can be very useful. So again, to sum up, you have to learn noun, verb, and adjectives. So, but sometimes you can face a situation when a verb and a noun are the same form. It's very useful. But I guess for now that's all, because 5 minutes is over, and I wish you luck with the learning. Try to make sentences with these words, and try maybe to comment below this video what sentence you can make with these words, and we'll practice next time. But for now, that's all. Thank you very much, and see ya.